Hey YouTube, I'm Psychotics, and I'm going to show you guys a Dark World deck profile. I've been playing Dark Worlds for a while. I noticed that it's just one of those decks that I always come back to, so I decided to build it. This is like a turbo-ish build, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, and let's get into that. Alright, so we have 3 Grappa, standard, followed by 3 Snow, then 3 Brow. Let's move that up. Then we have 1 Beige. This rounds up the Dark World monsters. Deciding whether or not to bump this up to 2. We'll talk about that after I show you the rest. 1 Trance Archfiend. He's more here for his graveyard effect, which activates when he's destroyed. You gotta add a banished Dark World, or banished Dark Monster back to your hand. We're playing Turbo, so we're running 3 Malefic Stardust. Helps for rank 8 plays, it's trade-in target, protects your field spell, and is just overall good beater if you don't have anything good in your hand. 3 Dealings. Good card, of course. Bad card in some matchups. You want to side this out probably against Harpies. It's a good thing they're not getting too much play, it seems. But they could just discard their Hysteric Sign, or in Zombies they can discard like Mizuki or something. Very good, and a card that can potentially hurt you. It can give your opponent too much advantage. 3 Gates. Another great card. Must run it at 3. Nothing else to say there. 3 Drag Down. Yeah. Self-explanatory. 3 Upstart Goblins. Very needed for the consistency. I would think it's mandatory in Dark Worlds. I don't think I've ever seen a Dark World player that doesn't use this card. 3 Trade-in. We have 6 targets in this deck. Debating whether or not to bump this or to cut this to 2 to maybe add a Beige. Sometimes it can be dead, but I like the fact that if I discard Snow, I can search Grappa and just dump it that way. So that's two cards out of that, and 3 cards out of your deck when you search Grappa. 1 Foolish. It's good when you don't want to, if you want to play conservatively, you can just dump Grappa, summon, bounce it back, special summon Grappa. And that way it only costs you 1 card for Grappa. 1 Allure, Dark deck. Teching in 1 Day of Peace. Now the thing about this card is, of course, you get the draw, but I like it because it's a good alternative to Battle Fader. It doesn't use it when you want to use it, so it's entirely up to you. You can use it when you're under Reckless. If you're a little bit low, you can use that too, or if you just want to go out, then yeah, that's there for you. It's free draw. 1 MST. I didn't really like 2 in here. It kind of messed up the speed of the deck. So we just want to rank 8s fast and Grappa. So this is good just for some, maybe you don't want to blind MST. This is mostly for face-up spells and traps, because every now and then you're going to play against some guy running D-Fissure in the main deck, and that's probably pretty popular in this format. 3 Reckless. Always run at 3. Don't run in any less. Yeah, nothing else to say about that. 1 Eradicator. One of your win conditions. I feel like this is a necessity in Dark Worlds for the fact that it has little cost or virtually no cost. Attributing Grappa shouldn't be a problem. If it is, then you probably shouldn't even shouldn't even bother using this card, or I don't know. It's all on you if you can't get this off. And then we have our staples: Bottomless, Torrential, Solemn. Don't run Compulse. Just don't have enough room for it. I might consider it, but of course, like I said, we want to get to our rank hits faster. Now for the extra deck, we have Triple Stardust. Rarely you're going to go into all three, but I have had it go off. You don't have to summon the Malefic Stardust. It's always there as a trade-in target, but usually I'd say in the average game, if you draw the Stardust often, you can get out two, or you can banish two of these out of your extra deck. But the third one's in here mostly for a compulsed Stardust, or for some reason they just like return it back to your hand. You know, you always have it there for you to use later. One Feldrand, extremely good card. Some decks just completely lose to this. I'd say if you bring this out first turn, Fire Fist or one of the decks have a problem with this. Harpies have a problem with this. A lot of rank 4 decks in general have a problem with this. Except maybe Bujin, but you know, that's Bujin for you. One Tachyon Dragon. What I like about this card is how good it's gonna be, this format. A lot of people don't realize it, but it can keep attacking after each card resolves, or each one of your opponent's card effects resolves. So this means your opponent has armor, and you know they have armor, and I had this happen to me before. They usually have like 2 back row, like probably a bluff or something. Usually gears you have more. So they set the armor, you go into a rank 8, you go into this guy, you attack it, they search, you get a and then you get attack again for 4k direct, and that's pretty good. Especially if you... another good matchup against this is Madolche. They all get their effects when they're destroyed and sent to the graveyard. They get shuffled back or go back to the hand if they have Chateau. This works with that too. One Zombie Stein, good card, 45 beats. His second effect is a little mediocre, but he's mostly here for a beater. 45 gets all around a lot of stuff. Gets over Yamato with Crane, not Susanoo, which is why we have this card. The Prime Dragon, I think he gets 200 for each rank, so, I mean, if Susanoo cranes, he's going to be bigger than that. The only thing is, since we don't have Neophoton Galaxy Eyes as a material, the damage will be cut in half. It's not a problem. 4,000 beater on his own. Heraldic Sun Dragon, very, very, very good card. Its main purpose is to, of course, pop things. If you have a lot of monsters in your hand, or like a dead Malefic Stardust, or one you think you're not going to use, maybe some Dark World monsters, and you already have all your Graphas in the grave, feel free to use them as a target. Just keep in mind that you may need at least one Dark World monster to keep summoning your Graphas, because once you use this effect, I mean, you can just get Grappa back, assuming you haven't normal summoned yet. Yeah, and this effect doesn't target, so your opponent must respond when you detach the material. Gimmick Puppet Grinder, I see this card's price going up. Luckily I got it for cheaper. Yeah, just pop some XYZs. do burn damage, kind of like a pseudo Volcasaurus, except you can do it twice in one turn. And the monster does not have to be an XYZ, it just has to be special summoned. One crazy box, we do side deck skill drain, or you can main deck it, but I recommend a different kind of build for this card's true potential. One Abyss Dweller, I guess you could say for the mirror match, just graveyard decks. Kind of hard to get into rank 4s, to be honest. You mostly want to just spam your rank 8s. One Maestroke, Fiend, so gets the buff. That makes it, the buff under gates. That makes it a little bit better than in a not Dark World deck. That's pretty cool, I like it. I like that fact about it. Yeah, the extra deck's a little bit small, but what you could bump up is you could bump up another Felbrand. It's kind of pricey right now, so you know, one's good for me. You could also get an Autocratic Sun Dragon. They're just two great cards. Another good card you could decide about getting, or it'd be an okay filler, or actually two cards. You could get the Gigant Trainer, or whatever his name is, the coach guy. He's like a robot. Lets you draw a card from his detach effect. And also you could get the Sylvan rank 8, although you can't utilize his effect that great. You could still take advantage of his 3200 defense if this dies, just in case. If not, man, run a third one of these. Alright, and that rounds up the deck, guys. This is my first video, or my first deck profile. If you guys have any comments and suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. And please like and subscribe this video. If you didn't like it, then, you know, let me know. If you guys have your own build, you know, tell me about it. And if you have any suggestions, yeah, just let me know. Thanks for watching, guys.